Serene referred to the waste management hierarchy, and I just want to focus on that a little bit because as waste managers, we really need to look and pay more attention at that. And the truth is, our countries are wasteful societies. As a landfill manager, I see so much valuable items coming onto the sites: stoves, refrigerators, appliances, calculators that all it needs is a battery, and you put a battery in it and you have a brand new calculator again. It's amazing what we throw away as a society. And as a tourist country in particular, we even exaggerate that at the hotels. And so, I mean, thankfully at the hotel this morning, we had a nice jar with sugar and another jar with milk and so. But in a lot of hotels, and so you have a little, you know, a sachet, and you use that, and you have waste being generated. I don't know if you all remember the days when the snow cone vendor will pass around, and we will come outside with our jugs, and we have snow cone in the jugs, and so now we have Styrotex cups and straws that has a life of 10 minutes, and then it's into the waste. And you know, speakers talked about it, and it's really about a culture change that we need to adopt. How do we reduce the amount of waste that we produce? One of the problems of our society as well is that waste disposal is free. So you have waste, you put it out, garbage truck takes it up. What happens to it after that is none of your business. You just know it's carried away. And there's a cost to that, and we need to change that mentality. So we do need to focus on source reduction, and in particular on recycling. We recycle a fraction of the waste that we generate right now. And that has to change as we develop as a society. I mean, all of us would have gone to other countries, Canada, Europe, the US, and seen the recycling activities that go on, and we don't have a fraction of that, and there's no reason that we can't. I'm happy to say, you know, a couple of weeks ago we had a very fruitful meeting with Dr. Bob, and there is hope, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm excited about that. And then we come to the energy recovery. Unfortunately for Trinidad, energy prices are very cheap, so energy recovery becomes it's not too cost effective, and we have to take that into consideration. And then of course you have your treatment and disposal as the final option. In terms of the waste composition, the fact is 80% of the waste is recyclable, and our recycling rates right now are close to 0%. So we have a lot of plastics, paper, but we also have food and organic waste as compostable waste as well. And you know, we need to do things to start recycling and start reducing the amount of waste that ends up being landfilled. Some of the challenges with waste disposal, we are small island developing states, and the limited land space, it exacerbates the problems. Lack of waste management legislation, absence of an integrated waste management system. A lot of people are doing things in pockets, and nothing is coordinated to have an effective system. Recycling efforts sporadic and ineffective, and landfilling remains the only method of disposal. There is an overemphasis on collection activities. We collect waste in Tobago 7 days a week. In Port of Spain, we collect waste twice a day, so 14 times a week. And we think that because we collect so often that it's going to result in a cleaner society, but it doesn't, because the minute we collect, somebody throws away waste. And unless, again, you change the culture and let people recognize that you know, they just simply can't do those things, then you know, collection won't solve the problem. So we did have some recent initiatives in Tobago, working along with the Tobago community and the THA. The first of them was the Beverage Container Cleanup Program, where we collected 11,000 kilograms of waste from the ambient environment. This was waste that people actually threw on the street sides and so on. Yes, Tobago is a clean society, but we were still able to get 11,000 kilograms of waste over a 4-month period. We had a much smaller but equally successful Green Office Week with the Tobago House of Assembly, where we just collected 105 kilograms of waste, but it was a nice pilot program. And to me, that is the start of things to get things rolling in Tobago. Just a couple pictures. We need to have a transition of operations. These are just some arbitrary pictures. So the landfill site you see there could be Trinidad, could be Studley Park, right? That's what it is now, and this is what we need to get to, where we have modern collection and processing operations and a proper engineered sanitary landfill. We also need to transition from single stream to recycled materials, where we have separate collection for different recyclable materials. And why there's the need for segregation? Because of these reasons. It diverts waste away from the landfill sites. We create a resource from waste materials. It creates opportunities for employment and for further downstream processing. And in keeping with the Millennium Goals, and so it increases the recycling rates, which we do need to do. So what are some of the next steps? We do need to undertake pilot projects for curbside collection, and that's easy to do. All that needs is for us to say, yes, we're going to do it, choose some communities, go out and educate the public, and get it done. And once it's done, people will build on that, and then we can continue it until we become a recycling culture. So we do need to establish recycling depots as well, because it's not just about collection, it's about processing those materials. So establishing the processing facility, develop and implement public education program. Again, it's a common thread. Without the public transforming the way they think and do things, then none of this is going to work. So that has to be a main component of any program that we're developing. And we need to consider indigenous recycling activities. Because we're a small island, everything comes onto the island, and there are limited options. So we need to be innovative in terms of what can work for Tobago specifically. So just in conclusion, we do need to improve the waste management activities. There's no doubt about it. We are an archaic system. We have an overemphasis on collection, and those funds that we use to collect, those could be rediverted to other aspects of waste management, and that's something that we do need to recognize. So anything we're doing here doesn't need to cost additional money. It just takes the same money and reallocates it to the different requirements for waste management. There is a need for waste segregation. There is a need for improved public relations and public education, and that has to start in the schools. And one of the things I think is that Tobago is ready for recycling. I think, and working with Dr. Bob and the rest of the THA, I think that Tobago could be a model society for developing a proper and sustained recycling program, which can then be lessons learned for Trinidad to follow. I think we have everything here. It's a small society, it's a society that's based on tourism, and there is a need for recycling and for improved waste management, and we have all the players that are ready and willing. So now is the time for us to go forward and improve the waste management system.